Hello, hi. It's currently 11:44. I have ventured outside into the big wide world. Did I want to? No. No. I have fallen back into my old habits of not wanting to leave the house. It's so good. I don't know. These things happen. It's fine. But I haven't wanted to leave the house. I've wanted to do things and go outside and stuff, but I haven't wanted to get there. Does that make any sense? Probably not. But I've had to come out today. Today is Friday, actually. And I was gonna do all of this yesterday on my day off. And then I really did not leave the house for even a second. So, doing it today instead. It's also payday, so that makes it a little bit easier to want to go outside and do things, I suppose. But I'm still very much like, can I go home now? Do I have to stay out? Kind of thing. But I know mentally it's going to be good for me. I just need to get out of the house and do something other than walking through a forest or gardens or something like that. I needed something a bit more intense. So this is what we're doing today. I don't know how fun it's going to be. I'm probably going to come back later and be like, that was mentally too much and I'm done now. But oh well. The entire reason for this, for context, is that I need to go pick a book up. Of course. I mean, it's me we're talking about. I didn't realise that, what's the author? Liz Tomford. I'm going to say that's the name. I didn't realise that their latest book, like sport romance book, had been released early. I thought it was being released on the 1st of August. That's like when the publication date is and everything. But it's come out a bit early. So I had some Waterstones vouchers still because I spend too much money there. So I figured I might as well just use £10 of that and have it for nothing, essentially. So I could go pick that up today. Yes. Which is why I have no other book on me. Like my bag, no book. Because I'm expecting to read that and enjoy it and have fun. I don't know. I might go to the library as well. It is always very warm in the library though. And honestly, I don't know if I have it in me to do that. I have no other urges or anything. I need to go pick up a couple of like necessities and stuff, which is kind of boring and I don't really want to spend my money, but I have to. Yeah, that's kind of all I've got. I have brought my sketchbook along with me today. My sketchbook that I have not touched for 3 weeks, if not a month. So that's great. But my idea or thought, who knows, is that while I'm out, if I feel up to it, I might go get a coffee and try and do some work. Because at least that'll make this whole trip out a bit more productive than just me picking up a book. I don't really know, to be honest. I know I need to go get lunch though, because I have no food on me at all today. So I need to go and get lunch. And I don't know whether I want food off of the market, which is always warm. And is it like a warm food day today? Or do I want to just get something out of like M&S or Tesco's? Like a little cold meal deal. So many thoughts you didn't need to know. Anyway, I don't think I have anything else to say. I don't know. I didn't upload anything last week because I didn't film anything last week either. Last week was a weird week. Everything kind of blurred together and I honestly don't really know what happened. I think I finished listening to a book. Who knows if that was last week or the week before though. Honestly, not me. I have been reading though. What have I been reading? I'm gonna like sparks note this and make it really quick because I don't know what I've talked about book-wise anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm currently reading Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerry Maniscalco. you know, the young adult witches, 7 deadly sins kind of vibe book. I think I'm like 100 pages in, and I have been skimming those 100 pages. So I haven't really been reading it, but that's because it's been so boring so far. I have not been enjoying it. But I know that it's a trilogy and there's a spin-off as well, and I have all of them. So I'm trying to convince myself to keep reading it a bit more, because it might just be a slow first book, right? The first book might just be the boring one, and then things kick off. I don't know. But I've skimmed it, and I've like got further through the book to see what's kind of happening, and it seems like it'll get more interesting the further in I go. Fingers crossed, because I have been DNFing so many books lately that it's actually killing me. Yay. Audio wise, I am listening to Assistant to the Villain, and I am loving it so freaking much. Oh my god. No, because I remember when that first came out and I was very tempted to read it, and I never did because the formatting of the paperback was very weird. It was very squished together and very small text, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to enjoy it. But it's so freaking good. It is so good. It's crazy. I am having the time of my life listening to it currently. It's just phenomenal. I didn't know I needed it. Like, it's so different to everything else I have read that it's so refreshing and nice, and it's so funny, and just, oh my god, it's dual POV as well. It's delicious. And it's a YA, I think. Like, nothing's happened. They've just kissed once, and that was a ruse. But it's so good. I'm having so much fun. The only reason I started listening to that one now, last week, whenever, is because I was approved for an arc of the second book, and I was like, maybe it would make sense if I read the first book. So that's that situation. But I am loving it so much. It is delicious. I can't wait to read the second one. I think I have an hour left of the audio. So if I do go to like a cafe to do work in my sketchbook, I'm gonna make sure that I'm there until I finish that audio, because it's so good. Yeah, they're the two that I'm currently reading. I have a bunch of books downloaded onto my Kindle. They were all from Kindle Unlimited, but I've like turned airplane mode on so that even though I've returned my Kindle Unlimited thing, I still have access to those books. But I don't think I want to read any of them. So now I'm torn as to whether to just turn Wi-Fi back on and read a book I want to read, or keep a hold of those ones. It's a whole thing. I don't know. But yes. I finished reading Scarlet Veil. That was very good. Very, very, very freaking good. I like wrote a whole ass review on my Goodreads for it. I enjoyed it so much. The ending killed me. Honestly, it had me like rioting. I cannot wait for book 2, but I think that's a ways off. So good. It was so good. I think they're the only books I've recently read, because like I said, I've been DNFing a lot of books. There's a lot that I just have not bothered with. There's Anna Huang books that I've just given up on. I don't want to do it. I think there's some like other romance ones. It's not for me. Yeah, that's all I have reading wise. A nice little quick thing. But I'm gonna go because I am sweating buckets and dying so much, and my bus is here. again. Oh my god. Every part of my body hurts. Every part. It is, oh my god, I'm in agony. Anyway, I'm being dramatic. Kinda. I went and did the things. I went to Waterstones, had coffee, did some sketching. I didn't go to the library. I decided that was too much because I knew they would not have their air conditioning on, and it was too far for me to be asked to walk as well, so I didn't go and do that. But I'm so knackered. I'm so tired. It's 20 to 4 and I'm so tired. Oh my god. There were so many people, and that in and of itself is usually fine. It's usually okay, but they were all being assholes, every one of them. So that was annoying, to say the least. I mean, you can't really get mad at like children for screaming and running around and being in the way. It's annoying, but like fine, you know. But why are adults screaming and being in the way? I don't know. Also, like, I think the bit that annoyed me the most is right opposite like where the market stalls are with all the food and like bits like that, a little bit further up that road, there was so many people, so many, you had to like elbow them out of the way, because there was a bunch of others there that were preaching about Jesus and God and come to our church, we'll save you. No, why are you trying to manipulate people into it on a Friday morning? Why? I mean, everybody knows Christianity, right? Everybody knows what it is. So like, why are you telling people that it exists? I don't understand. And they weren't like the normal bunch who are just like, hey, do you want this? You know, and being just normal about it. They had microphones. They had freaking microphones in a crowded city centre, and they were basically screaming at everyone that we're all gonna die and you're all sinners and blah 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 blah. You know, Jesus loves you if you do this. Please fuck off. You know, it's too much. Simply too much. Like, it's fine normally because they're just handing out leaflets and like they're there if you want to talk to them, you know, and that's cool, that's fine, that's being normal and respectful and not in people's faces and rude. This lot were being rude. It was really annoying. I had to walk through there 3 times. Anyway, that's a whole tangent. I went to Waterstones. I did. I was in there for so long because there were so many people and it was boiling in there. I didn't really want to film anything either. It just felt kind of weird. So I didn't film a lot. But I ended up with more books than I anticipated, which was great for me. I went in there to pick up 1 book I had ordered. That was it. I had a whole ass stack in Waterstones, and then I realised that quite a few of them that I wanted were probably in like a discount bookshop, so I went there and got those few. But I ended up with a whole freaking bag. This wasn't meant to happen. There's 6 books in here. I don't know how to justify that because I can't. You think 6 books, that's £60. You would be correct. However, I had a gift card and money on my Waterstones thing. So really, these books only cost me 15. Huzzah, right? I don't know. Should we do like a little mini looky? I think we should. So, that was really heavy. From Waterstones, I ended up with this. How freaking beautiful. Look at that sprayed edge. Are you kidding me? This book, The End Crowns All by B. Fitzgerald. I went crazy when they did Girl Goddess Queen. I still haven't read Girl Goddess Queen yet. And I have been looking at this since I saw it in like the coming soon part on their site, but I never committed to the pre-order because I wasn't sure if I would enjoy the writing style and how the characters talked. So I figured if I was gonna give it a go, I would give it a go when it's actually out and I can get a copy and I can flick through all the pages and kind of see what the vibe is. I was quite into it. It's about Helen of Troy, and then you've got Cassandra and Paris as well in it. And Helen, I think she's a priestess in this, and her patron god is Apollo. And I just know my friend is going to be shitting their pants wanting to read this now that I've said it. I don't know, but it looks really freaking good. Yeah, so it's basically a Helen of Troy retelling. That's basically all this is. I am 90% sure it's YA, which isn't a bad thing. That's quite cute. Sometimes the smutty books rot my brain and I need palette cleansers. So this might be fun. Also, I've been reading a lot of adult fiction lately. There's nothing wrong with that. They're great books. Within paperbacks anyway, this is such like a me problem, but inside of them the text is always so small and squished together. I don't have bad eyesight, okay, but it just hurts my brain. So when I opened this book up to kind of just read a little bit of it to see if I'd enjoy it, and I saw how big the words were, I love it when they're big words. I love it so much when I don't have to struggle to read and when it feels like I'm reading a book really fast. Anyway, so this also has such a beautiful naked cover. Oh, stunning. Are you ready? I don't think you are. Are you kidding? Look at that. Beautiful. I also got 2 paperbacks, which yay for me, I think. I'm trying to get out of the habit of buying hardbacks all the time. If it's a book, like a new release that I don't think I'm going to get around to reading immediately, I'm trying to like hold off on buying it, especially if it's just a standard edition and it doesn't have, you know, special sprayed edges or signed or whatever. I'm trying to hold myself back and just get the paperback because the paperbacks are nicer to read. But I got two. This is what I went in there to collect. I went in there to collect Play Along. That was really hard to read. Play Along by Liz Tomford. Because I read The Right Move and Caught Up. They're like sport romances. But I read those and I really freaking enjoyed them. I think the last one I read was The Right Move. So much fun. I loved all the characters and how the characters cross over as well. That was delicious. So this is the one that I didn't know was being released early. So I'm excited to read this. I'm excited. I might start it tonight. I don't know, okay? I don't know. Because I'm not enjoying Kingdom of the Wicked, like I said. It's just so slow. I don't know. Maybe I'll like use an Audible credit or something on that so I can listen to it and try and get in there. But I got this. I'm very excited because I'm a simple girl who likes sport romances. That's all I've got. I think the characters in this, they get married without meaning to. They like go to Vegas, you know, and then they wake up the next day and they're married and they're like, shit. So, and then I got The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson, which this has been on my maybe I'll read it one day list for the longest time, and I just have never seen it in a bookshop, so I've never bothered buying it. But I did. I really, really, really enjoyed, what is it called? Dance of Thieves? Yes, a Dance of Thieves. The little duology. I really enjoyed that when I first read it like 2 years ago, I want to say. And I've been meaning to read more of their stuff and I just never have. But this is part of a trilogy. I don't know if this is connected to the other one. I don't know the lore, but I'm excited. It's a princess. There's a whole arranged marriage. She decides she don't want that, so she legs it. goes on the run, goes into hiding, that's fine. She ends up making 2 besties, and they are, she doesn't know who they are, but they end up being the prince she was meant to marry and someone sent to kill her. But they don't know that she's the princess, and she doesn't know who they are, and they're just living life, man. So yes, The Kiss of Deception. Again, very excited. Don't know when I'll get round to reading this, to be fair, because this is going to be like more of a brain work kind of book, I fear. But I went into the works as well. I don't like the city works. It's very bad. It's so it's not great. It is very foisty, but I chanced it because I figured they might have something, and I ended up with 3 other books. I don't know what's happened to me, but I ended up with 3 more. And do you know what's even funnier? Only one of these 3 was one that I'd been looking at in Waterstones. The others weren't there. So yeah, the other one I saw in Waterstones that I wanted to get was Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. I wasn't gonna invest in this series because there's this book and another one currently. But then I saw how big this book was. It's a chunky one. It's like 600 plus pages. That's an investment. And then I was looking at the back because I'm an idiot, and it's like a, oh my god, it's like a reconnecting romance, I think. And there's a single dad, so it's like a nanny situation as well. Yes. So I figured this would be fun. Just this light-hearted and fun and just like a good time, possibly. So I got that. I haven't got the other one. The other one's Love Redesigned because it wasn't in there. And I will probably only get the other one if I actually enjoy this one. But there's this, which, oopsie. This one has such a bad cover. I got this. Even I can't take myself seriously when I see shit like this. It's called Finn Rhodes Forever. There's like 3 of these. It was like a trilogy situation. I've never heard of this ever. Wasn't gonna because of how cringy it looks. But the tagline, it kind of had me, and I was like, oh, maybe I will because it sounds like it'll be a good time. On the back it says, the guy who broke my heart is now an arrogant, too hot firefighter who's hell-bent on getting me back. So that kind of had me. And it also says, I'll pretend to date him, but actually I'm trying to get him to dump me. Finn's always been trouble, the kind that might break my heart again. So I mean, I figured for £3 it was worth a shot, at least, because it sounds like it's going to be funny. But the thing that made me laugh the most when going into the works were the stickers they've started putting on there now. As if you couldn't tell. As if you couldn't tell. Right? But that was funny. So I got this too. It's a shorter one. It should be very quick and easy. I don't know. And then the last one, which again wasn't on my list. Fair Rosaline, Romeo and Juliet retelling. Yeah. So this looks like it will be more devastating. I flicked through and there was like questionable things happening, but I did look through and it seemed like there's some forced situations and whatnot, which isn't great, obviously. But this isn't like a fluffy lovey-dovey romance, so I figured I'd break it up a little bit because all the other ones have been. Oh, Romeo sees Rosaline, whatever, sees her first, falls in love, and then he sees Juliet, and I'm pretty sure he then leaves her for Juliet. Yeah, it says she breaks off the match only for Romeo's gaze to turn towards her cousin, 13-year-old Juliet. So this, I'm gonna go home now because I'm boiling again in my car. It is so warm. It's also like gone 4 o'clock now, I think. I've been talking forever and ever. I have work tonight, so I need to find a new audiobook because I finished listening to Apprentice to the Villain. apprentice? No, that's the second one. Assistant to the villain. It was so good. It was so freaking good. Good for Sage. Good for her. You know what I mean? If you've read it, you'll know. But I'm so glad he died, and at her hand. Yes, babes. Yes. So that was fun. I did not love that the villain was captured in the end. But, I mean, kind of saw that coming anyway because that's the second book. It was so good. It was so good. If there's one book I urge you to read currently, right this very minute, Assistant to the Villain. So good. So good. Oh my god. Very good. The plot twist near the end as well, when you find out who like the traitor is, delicious. Delicious. So yeah, I think when I go home, I'm just gonna chill out until I have to go to work, do some maintenance kind of things, find new audio to listen to, and I think I might turn the Wi-Fi on my Kindle back on again, because I don't think I'm gonna read the books that I had saved on there. They were like fae romances, and I don't think I'm in the mood for fae right now. So I might do that so then I can read the arc Apprentice to the Villain. I don't know, but I'm gonna go home now because I've had enough of being outside. I'll be honest. Hello.